The Pakistani government's restrictions on the defense industry are stifling potential and must go, according to the president of the trade body Pakistan Aerospace Council. PAC is a collective of aerospace, defense and high-tech electronics enterprises that aims to internationally raise the profile of Pakistani industry. Its leader, Harun Qureshi, heads the defense engineering and electronics company East West Infinity. In a June 3 post on the PAC website, Qureshi said Pakistan's private, high-tech manufacturers have the potential to help establish a more ambitious local aviation industry by acting as suppliers to and manufacturers of components and systems used by Western counterparts. However, this is hampered. President Trump ordered a review of the country's requirements for icebreaking capabilities in the Arctic and Antarctic regions, with the goal of getting a fleet in place by 2029, according to a memo released Tuesday. The memo was directed at the Defense, State, Commerce and Homeland Security departments, as well as the Office of Management and Budget. Much of it directs work already in progress, including building a fleet of at least 3 heavy icebreakers, but says the remaining ships not under contract should be reviewed for what can be done to maximize their utility in the frozen poles. The memo calls for an assessment of expanded operational capabilities, with estimated associated costs, for both heavy and medium, polar security cutters, not yet contracted for, specifically including the maximum use of any such PSC with respect to its ability to support national security objectives. That assessment is due in 60 days. Trump's directive to assess the current plan to field an Arctic maritime capability over the next decade is the latest sign that the administration is increasingly concerned about Russian and Chinese activity in the northern region, which could threaten America's interests in crucial choke points, such as the Greenland-Iceland-United Kingdom gap. American Army's improved turbine engine program is facing a critical stretch which will determine whether testing on the engine will occur on time or be delayed, thanks to challenges related to the COVID-19 pandemic, a pair of Army officials said Wednesday. Patrick Mason, the program executive officer for Army Aviation, and Brigadier General Walter Rugen, the director for Future Vertical Lift inside Army Futures Command, said that the service has finished its Component Critical Design Review (CDR) process and has moved on to its full program CDR, a key milestone before moving into testing. However, given COVID and all of the factors that have gone on with COVID, the plan to have the full CDR done during second quarter has been pushed to third quarter, Mason said at an event hosted by the Heritage Foundation. ITEP is the number one watch item we've had across the Future Vertical Lift portfolio for COVID impacts, Mason said, because hardware needs to be coming in the latter part of this year so we can test at the component level, assemble into the engine, and then go to first engine test. So that's going to be critical over the next month to 2 months, to see where we stand on hardware deliveries with that, and then whether or not we will reach first engine test at the time that we had originally stated, he said, noting the plan is for engine tests to proceed in 2021.